Well, Sláinte and how do you do, buckaroos? How the heck are you? We're kind of decked out here because we are inching closer, so close to St. Patrick's Day. We're almost just about a week away. As I told everybody, after Valentine's Day, it is St. Patrick's season. And it doesn't stop at St. Patrick's Day. No, it runs the whole rest of the month of March for me anyway. So I picked up this two stacks back in August. This is how much I've got left of it. Two stacks Irish whiskey cask strength. I picked it up because it was marked down, but I hadn't seen a cask. I hadn't seen a cask Irish before. Not in my neck of the woods, anyway. A unique blend of grain, malt, and pot still whiskey. This is at 130 proof, so it's not just cask. I mean, it's big cask. Anyways, independently bottled expressions. The blender's cut, cast strength, complex blend at 40% dark grain, 40% light grain, 8% pot still, 10% double malt, and 2% peated malt. Straight from the cask. Yeah, this stuff is wow. Independently bottled by Two Stacks. Let me show you that bottle there. Let me show you that as well. Gave myself a rather generous pour, as you can see, in the Glencairn. Just in case you're not sure, I'm not really in this funky little Irish pub with the ivy on the walls, but I'd really like to be. Just trying to create a mood, man. Just trying to create a mood. It's what we do. So, what am I pairing this with? You might ask. Is I have an American version of an Irish red called Marrow's Cap, 4.8% from Banter Brewing. Show you so you see banter. See the banter on the label there. There we go. It's an incredibly done version of an Irish ale. Pour the rest of that can in there. And give you a look at that color. Look at that deep red. That is just gorgeous. That color is just wow. Malty up front, just a hint of sweetness, but not as sweet as most of the style. Let me say this, not as sweet as most American versions of the style. Very herbal, finishing with herbal earthy notes, herbal and slash earthy notes. Anyway, Sláinte. Biscuits and gravy. They're working a little later tonight, so it took me a little bit longer to get home and get the video going. Oh man, the nose on that whiskey is just insane. It's only 2% peanut malt, but you do get a little bit of that. Again, the single malt or malt whiskey notes, 10% double malt. Again, you really feel that, even though it's only 10%. Wow, you really feel those malty notes. Look at that color, a little darker than most Irish. Oh, it's just gorgeous. I'm just going to take a drink now. I'm just going to take a drink now, man. Anyways, I digress. I am off tomorrow. Wow, that's good. I am off tomorrow, so yeah. I thought, well, I'll have one late. I just had this one beer, this one whiskey. That'll do me for this evening. I do work Monday. But I don't go in till 4 or 3:30. So I'm not as concerned as I once was. I don't have to get up at 5:30 in the morning anymore to work a thankless job that nobody appreciates. So I'm glad to be done with that. Did the job for 5 years, but the last year and a half was really just soul sucking. Working for folks that didn't appreciate you at all. So I'm very glad to be where folks do appreciate me, what I bring to the table, appreciate my knowledge, and don't just look me in the eyes and lie to me. That's nice, man. This is gorgeous. The thing is, it's 130 proof, right? You're going to taste some alcohol. I think some folks banty around the term boozy when they don't really understand what it means. If you're using the term boozy, it means it's unpleasant. It's too much. It's boozy. You can feel the alcohol notes. If something is 130 proof, you're going to expect to taste it. Again, if you're going to feel some alcohol, but it's not boozy. It's not hot. It's cast strength. And there are some folks that just can't get that out of their minds that anything cast strength is hot. Or they think everything cast strength is hot. Is how I should have put that. Remarkably approachable, even at that strength. It just blows me away. Rather sweet up front. But cleaning up nicely. A lot of oak, a little bit of spice in the finish. This stuff's gorgeous. You might feel some dark fruit notes. That's really going to be between you and your palate. You might feel some date and or fig. You might feel it as some stone fruit. You might feel some dark plum. You might even feel some dark cherry notes. Again, you might feel some raisin. That's really between you and your palate because you're not going to taste things you don't know. Man, that is just brilliant. Again, you do. There's only 2% peanut malt, but you do feel it really right at the end, right in the finish. I feel that nice little bit of smoke. Again, that helps break up that sweetness. Bless you, dear. My lighting director sneezed. Oh, that's why I forgot to turn my light on over here. There we go. My lighting director isn't doing her job. You forgot to turn that on. No, that's better. That's better, Tom. Let me set that down for a second. I'm gonna pick this beer back up. Anyway, Sláinte. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to put it up there. I'll answer almost anything unless you're just being an asshat, in which case I won't. If you're going to be a dick, I'm not going to give you a platform. But if you want to be a nice human being and leave a message or a question, hey, I'll answer everything. If you'd like to be part of the video, let me know and I'll send you the link, typically via Messenger. Man, that whiskey is special. It really is. Yeah, it was about 50. I think I paid 55 for it. It was on sale. I think it was really like 75 or 80. Again, for a cask Irish, that's not bad at all. Wish I had bought some other products there. I was at the Whiskey Snug and I wanted to, but I was already over budget. I went over budget on that particular vacation, so there was so much in there I wanted to buy, and I knew I couldn't buy everything I wanted. But man, that store had so much stuff between the Irish stuff and the whiskeys and everything else in there. Man, I could have spent every last dime in that one particular store. There was so much stuff. Really want to go back there. That was in Weston, Missouri. Oh, God, that was good. Yeah, you do feel that peanut malt. There's only 2% peanut malt, but you really can taste it right at the end. That's just absolutely gorgeous. It's been a good week this week for me. Like I said, I'm off tomorrow. I worked 4 straight, but now I'm off tomorrow. I guess if you count my day, the gig that I left behind this week, I've worked 6 straight. But letting that go, man, just lifted a weight off my shoulders, man. Now I can breathe again. I can go to a job that appreciates me instead of a job that just sucks the life out of me. uh, Barrel's Cap Irish Red. This stuff is just gorgeous, man. Again, it's not as sweet as a lot of American versions of the style, which is what I really like about. Look at that color, though. Tell me that's not gorgeous. Let's set that down. Put this whiskey back up. Oh. Remarkably easy to drink at that strength. So you might want to, it's really going to be up to you, but you might want to add just a little bit of water. That can't open the nose. Again, it's a cask, so it can take a little bit. Would I do anything else with this? Well, the truth is that's really up to you. I wouldn't be afraid to cocktail it or cut it a bit at 130 proof. But again, even at this cask strength, it is remarkably approachable. God, the flavors, the aromas of this thing is just so incredible. Oh man, that's good. We'll set that down for a second. Oh, excuse me. That's gonna hurt later. That's gonna sting later. I'll tell you that right. Oh mercy. Uh, Merrill's Cap Irish Ale. Yeah. For the style, it isn't as sweet as a lot of them are, which I really like about it. Very herbal. Personally, I get just a slightest hint of anise in there. It's very actually. Let me take that back. It's very subtle. It's almost more like a tarragon note, right? Nice earthy finish. It's just freaking gorgeous. Pick the whiskey back up. Oh man, that is just brilliant. I say anise or tarragon. Some might feel it more as a licorice note. Again, that's really between you and your palate how you feel that. But I use a lot of spices. I cook with a lot of herbs and spices, so certain things I will pick out that others might not on that level. But I don't eat a lot of dark fruit, so there's certain things like date and or fig I might not pick up that others do. Again, you're only gonna smell or taste what you know, so your mind's gonna interpret that as something else. Nice subtle white oak in the finish, along with some spice notes, maybe a hint of cinnamon, some allspice. Wouldn't be unusual if you found some clove and ginger in there as well. Again, if anybody watches has any questions or comments, please drop it down there. I'll answer almost anything. Oh man. And one more time, launch it. Nice and relaxed now that I know I don't have to wake up early in the morning anymore. No more 5:30 mornings for me, man. And then I'm off tomorrow, so I can just kind of relax. I can do this video tonight, enjoy the rest of my whiskey and beer, call her an evening, wake up whenever I feel like it tomorrow. Oh yeah, I'm feeling really good about it. Ah. As we inch closer to St. Patrick's Day, you're going to see a lot more of my green, a lot more Irish whiskeys. I've got some I'm hanging on to as we get closer to, but so I picked up 2 bottles of a Pachin from Restless Spirits in Kansas City, Missouri. So it's an American version of the Pachin. But it was very good. I bought 2 bottles. They were 375. So I drank one of them, but I saved one. So I want to pop that one on St. Patrick's Day. And I've got some other stuff as well, but I've got a small 3-bottle set of some small bottles from Redbreast that I've been dying to open, but I've been trying real hard to wait till St. Patrick's Day proper to open that. I had a bottle of the Turconnell. I think it was the port finished. Might have been the sherry finished. Anyway, I did open that a couple weeks ago, and then there's a promise I'd tuck it away and not see it again until St. Patrick's Day. And I've got some products that I bought last year on St. Patrick's Day. I got these 2 from Hyde, the 1893 single malt whiskey, sherry cask matured. As you can see, I've got just a little bit left there. And I've got this other Hyde. Really like the Hyde products. This is a 1922, another single malt, limited edition rum cask finish. It is really good as well. These are both at 92 proof. But I don't want to finish them before St. Patrick. Well, I want to get them right back down to the last 1 or 2 ounces, and I'll finish them on St. Patrick's Day or St. Patrick's Day weekend. Let me say that because St. Patrick's Day on a Sunday, so I might do my big thing and go through everything on that Saturday, right? And not wait till Sunday because we got gypped this year, didn't we? Leap year fucked us. Leap year fucked us hard, man. St. Patrick's Day should be on Saturday, but no, leap year. Screwed us big time. So we're going to make St. Patrick's Day a 3-day thing. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm working the Friday, but I'm going to go all in Saturday and Sunday. I'll tell you that right now. I've got a nice corned beef. I get that's more Irish. That's more American than Irish. That's an Irish American thing. It's an Irish American tradition. But I got a really good quality corned beef. I mean, amazing. It is uncured, grass-fed, grass-finished, so it's a very lean corned beef, which is odd for the thing, but it's really good, man. So my preferred method is I don't boil it like a lot of folks do, because when you boil it, you're going to take all of the frickin' flavor out of it. Right? Everything in that meat is going to go right into the water. Don't do that, man. Some will do more of a simmer method, right? Slow cook it in a crock pot, for instance. And again, you're gonna accomplish the same thing. You're putting too much water in there, and you're gonna suck all that flavor out of that meat. What I've learned from trial and error is braising, man. Braising makes everything better. Braise it. Put a nice brown on each side. Take it out. Get your veg. And in this case, it's going to be some onions, some potato, some cabbage, and then put that meat back in there. I'm going to add about 2 cups of liquid. Again, not I'm not I'm not throwing enough water to cover it all. Just about 2 cups, and then put it in the oven. Now there is some disagreement about temps if you're braising. Some will say 3 1/4, some say 300, some say lower. I would say no higher than 300. What I typically do is I'll put it in the oven. I'll put it in a good, nice Dutch oven. Put it in the oven at 300 for 30 minutes, and then I kick it down to 250. And then the cooking time really just depends on the size of your corned beef, right? But that braising method, you don't lose the flavor in the meat, right? It doesn't get all into the water because you're not, your meat, your potatoes, your cabbage isn't floating in an exorbitant amount of water, right? You've only got 2 cups in there, so everything is going to get enhanced. Your corned beef is gonna be flavorful. So your taters, so your onions, and so is your cabbage. So yeah, I know that seems strange. A lot of folks don't do that for corned beef when they'll do that for other cuts of meat because it doesn't seem traditional. But you're going to get more flavor out of everything if you braise it rather than boil it. You set that down for a second. I get really passionate about my corned beef. Doing it for a lot of years, man. I'm telling you. You're braising a good roast. You're braising a good beef roast, a pork roast, even lamb. Everything is so. Why not do it to your corned beef? Everything is better braised. I'm just telling you. Jason, cheers! I picked up a corned beef today. All right, yeah, I feel that, brother. He said, so I ordered one through Butcher Box. And an uncured, grass-fed. Oh man, I'm really excited about it. Don't forget to set your clocks ahead. Yeah, I let my wife be in charge of that. She says she's already done it. Quite frankly, I just don't care. I will not let anybody tell me what to do. The man says set the clocks ahead. Fuck them. Yeah, but see, my wife's the responsible one. I'm the one that fights the system, but she's the smart one, so she's going to take care of that. Hey, yeah, I agree, man. It should be abolished. That should be abolished. The Electoral College should be abolished for different reasons, but nevertheless, just as important. I hate waking up and losing an hour. Yeah, I could not agree more, man. Was it the Native American saying, only white folks would cut one end off a blanket, sew it to the other end, and think they've got a longer blanket? Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. I sort of understand why it was done initially, but those reasons really don't matter anymore, right? There's no reason. There is. I can't think of one good reason for daylight savings time, and I don't think anybody else can. They're just not going to change it now because that's just the way things are, man. It's hard to argue with that level of ignorance. It's like using logic and facts to talk to Trump supporters. You're just going nowhere. There's just no point. So lost in their cognitive dissonance that you just can't. You can show them actual facts and say, no, no, that's not true. No, it is true because these are facts. These aren't opinions. This is just the way things are. No. Anyway, I digress. We finish up my whiskey here. I am Tom, the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker. Oh, mercy, Percy. Purveyor of wisdom and biscuits. That stuff was just beautiful. Let me show you that bottle one more time. 2 stacks. They only had 1 bottle left. Like I said, there were so many other things I wanted to buy there, but I was already way over budget. I was way over budget, man. Does Guinness still make their blonde lager? I don't know if they do or not. What I will tell you, I do know I can't get it here if they do still make it. But I don't think they do. I just don't know that for a fact, Jason. Put that comment up there. I'm also Tom, the Beer Whisperer. Again, let me show you this. This is the Marrow's Cap, 4.8% from Banter Brewing. The color is just gorgeous. The flavor of this beer is just insanely good. I am Tom, the Beer Whisperer, Beer Evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom and all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it.